Hello, deep souls. Welcome to our karmic journey through the signs, and welcome to Quantum Universum. Today we explore the most mysterious, passionate, and transformative sign of the zodiac, Scorpio, the guardian of the most intense emotions and also of the most powerful karmic bonds. This is part of the series, Vedic Astrology and Relationships, Sign Compatibility. And today, we go deep. In Vedic astrology, Scorpio is governed by Mars, the planet of determination, karmic strength, transformation through pain, but also of passion and spiritual awakening after a crisis. Those with the moon or ascendant in Scorpio have often experienced or attracted strong, intense relationships that are impossible to forget. They love with all their being, but can be distrustful, protective, and carry deep karma to resolve. Now let's look at Scorpio's karmic compatibility. It has harmonious compatibility, meaning deep, silent, and transformative relationships, where the bond goes beyond words and souls recognize each other deeply with the following signs. Pisces, union of the soul, spiritual love. Scorpio and Pisces are both water signs and understand each other intuitively and viscerally. Pisces brings compassion, sensitivity, and forgiveness. Scorpio brings emotional strength, transformation, and intensity. Together, they create a mysterious, almost telepathic bond, often tied to shared karmic memories. This is a love that heals, elevates, and dissolves old wounds, a deeply spiritual relationship. Cancer. Emotional intensity and mutual healing. Cancer is sweet, empathetic, protective. Scorpio is deep, intense, and perceptive. Both need emotional security and experience love as a process of inner fusion. Karmically, they attract each other to support healing from family or emotional wounds. A very connected couple that can grow in reciprocity and trust. Capricorn, silent power and indestructible bond. Capricorn is solid, silent, constant. Scorpio is mysterious, magnetic, transformative. Their relationship builds slowly, but with very deep roots. Capricorn provides structure. Scorpio provides intensity and depth. A karmic union oriented toward building and transforming together. Scorpio. With Scorpio, mirrored fusion of shadows and lights. Two Scorpios together create a very powerful, magnetic, transformative relationship, but also very delicate. If both have not worked on themselves, they risk projecting their shadows onto each other, entering toxic dynamics. Karmically, they attract each other to see themselves in a mirror, to complete a deep emotional and spiritual cycle. Awareness is needed. Two evolved Scorpios can create an alchemical love. Virgo, reserved unity, nurturing depth. Virgo is analytical, attentive, intelligent. Scorpio is intense, perceptive, transformative. Both are reserved, deep, and do not easily expose themselves. Virgo organizes, structures, protects. Scorpio brings intensity and regeneration, a sober but meaningful relationship, a bond that can last over time. Now let's analyze the compatibility of evolutionary challenge. In these relationships, Scorpio is tested in its depth, intensity, need for control, and desire for total fusion. These are relationships that, if lived with awareness, can transform into true paths of inner alchemy. They are strong relationships, full of contrasts and attraction, where Scorpio can evolve or slip into conflict if there is no awareness. In this section, we find the following signs. Leo. Pride and intensity in magnetic tension. Leo is sunny, expressive, wants to shine. Scorpio is deep, introspective, wants to penetrate the other's secrets. Leo seeks admiration. Scorpio seeks emotional truth. They attract each other for strength and charisma, but can enter power struggles if they do not learn to yield control. Karmically, they meet to purify the ego and learn authentic loyalty. Aquarius, fusion versus freedom. Scorpio wants intensity, deep, exclusive, transformative bonds. Aquarius desires freedom, personal space, non-possessive sharing. Scorpio fears detachment. Aquarius fears dependence. A powerful karmic relationship where both must learn, Scorpio to let go, Aquarius to feel. They can grow together or drift apart irreparably. Taurus, karmic opposites and intense attraction. Opposite signs in the zodiac, Taurus and Scorpio attract each other magnetically. Taurus is concrete, sensual, stable. Scorpio is emotionally deep, mysterious, transformative. Both stubborn, intense, connected to matter and passion, they risk clashes over control, jealousy, and power. A powerfully karmic relationship that can lead to great transformation or energetic blocks. Libra, harmony versus emotional truth. Libra desires balance, beauty, grace in relationships. Scorpio desires depth, even uncomfortable truths, metamorphosis. Libra avoids conflict. Scorpio confronts it to heal. Karmically, they attract each other to learn from one another. Libra teaches lightness, Scorpio teaches intensity, a relationship that can fascinate, but requires much patience to avoid destabilization. And now, a look at the most complex karmic relationships. These relationships challenge Scorpio's soul, which seeks absolute intimacy, loyalty, transformation, and deep emotional fusion. When these needs are not recognized or reciprocated, karma manifests as frustration, control, or emotional closure. These are bonds where Scorpio's heart seeks depth but finds distance, inconsistency, or incompatible emotional timing. Intense challenges that can lead to great lessons or wounds. Here, we find the following signs. Gemini, depth versus lightness. Scorpio wants emotional connection, silence full of meaning, looks that say everything. Gemini lives on words, change, mental variety. Scorpio may perceive Gemini as superficial or elusive. Gemini may experience Scorpio as suffocating or overly intense. Karmically, they attract each other to understand the diversity in ways of loving, but often the emotional distance is hard to bridge. Aries, two fires, two inner wars, both governed by Mars but with very different energies. Aries is impulsive, direct, reactive. Scorpio is strategic, introverted, emotionally deep. This relationship is often a power struggle where each wants control without yielding it. Karmically, they attract each other to heal wounds related to dominance, anger, and trust, but the risk of conflict is high. Sagittarius, shadow and light in different directions. Sagittarius is expansive, sunny, optimistic, lover of freedom. Scorpio is intense, mysterious, introspective, selective. Sagittarius may find Scorpio too heavy or dramatic. Scorpio may see Sagittarius as superficial or inconsistent. Karmically, this relationship arises to bring light into shadow and depth into lightness, but often they struggle to find a common language. They attract each other, but struggle to walk together for long. In all these relationships, Scorpio's karmic task is to learn to let go without losing itself, to accept that not everyone desires the same depth, and that's okay, to transform the need for control into inner power and awareness. Scorpio attracts relationships where it must learn to transform control into trust and the fear of abandonment into authentic love. Scorpio is the sign of deep emotional transformation, the desire for total fusion with the other, the inner journey through the shadows of the heart. In its love, there is absolute loyalty but also jealousy, the need for control, and fear of being betrayed or abandoned. Precisely for this reason, it attracts strongly karmic relationships where it is challenged to look within with sincerity. Scorpio's karmic trials consist of the fact that it attracts souls who awaken its deepest wounds: abandonment, betrayal, manipulation. It lives relationships where it must choose between control and freedom, between revenge and forgiveness. It bonds with people who show it what it doesn't want to see in itself, mirroring its intensity, fear, or desire for possession. Scorpio's karma is to dissolve the illusion of having power over the other and rediscover the power within. It is to learn that love cannot be controlled. It must be transformed. It cannot be possessed. It must be set free. Scorpio evolves when it understands that intensity is not destructive if lived with awareness. When it stops protecting itself by shutting down and starts healing by opening up. Its true power is emotional alchemy, the ability to transform pain into compassion, suspicion into trust, obsession into truth. When Scorpio grows, it loves without fearing loss. It gives of itself without losing itself. It heals without needing to control. Then, its love becomes mysterious, deep, and liberating, a fire that does not consume but illuminates. If you are a Scorpio or have the moon in Scorpio, know that your heart is a sacred place. Your depth is a gift, not a curse. Scorpio teaches us that to love is also to die and be reborn, to let go of the past in order to free the soul. In the next episode, we'll talk about Sagittarius, the sign of truth, faith, and relationships that expand consciousness. If you resonated with this energy, leave a like, write me in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming episodes. See you soon in the next video.